Good Wednesday morning. Today is a first alert weather day as we are seeing some brutally cold temperatures out there for this morning. -23 for Cabbage Hill, -6 for Tollgate, 5 for the Tri-Cities, 10 for Sunnyside, 4 in Yakima, right at 0 for White Pass. Those are just the air temperatures though. Okay, so we do have some little bitty wind gusts out there this morning, 6 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities, 4 miles per hour in Yakima, 4 miles per hour in Ellensburg, and that's not much, but it doesn't take much to make our real feel even more miserable than what the air temperature would otherwise suggest. So we're seeing real feels right now at 1 degree in the Tri-Cities. It feels like -4 in Walla Walla. It feels like -8 in Pendleton. So you don't need to have much exposed skin outside for this morning, as hypothermia or frostbite could set in very quickly. So we do have a first alert weather day, obviously for this morning because of the cold, but then once again for tonight into Thursday morning for the entire viewing area, once again because of the cold overnight lows. And then another first alert weather day from 10 in the morning on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Friday for the Yakima Valley, for the lower basin, and for the Blue Foothills. Could have an inch of snow in the basin, 1 to 2 inches for the valleys and foothills. So sort of switching up modes a little bit, and I'll tell you more about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, early results are in for the special election that wrapped up last night. We break down all the numbers for the different counties.
And the city of Kennewick is upgrading a more than decade-old playground. We have what exactly they're changing.
Also ahead this morning, President Trump setting new guidelines when it comes to hiring federal workers by giving Elon Musk some more power. We have all the details coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, February 12th. It is a chilly start to your day. As you're hearing from Josh, we are in a first alert weather day.
Yes, we are. We're feeling it.
Yes, even in here, it is freezing cold. So we'll get to that in a minute. But first, we want to break down the numbers for you on that first round of results coming in for the special election that took place just yesterday.
Now, this is just for our viewers in Washington, so let's take a look at those results. We start in Yakima County, and first up, parents in the Toppenish School District are voting on a replacement educational programs and operations levy.
The current vote stands at 65% with yes and 35% at no. Taking you to Wahluke, the school district there is voting on a capital levy for health, safety, and facility improvements. Right now, results showing no on that proposition at 58%. Proposition 1 for the Cle Elum-Roslyn School District, number 404. That is for facility improvements and some safety and technology improvements. Right now, this is passing at 60% with more than 1,200 votes counting at yes. And in Benton County, race results also coming in from there as well.
Yes, and this one's been a hot issue that we've been covering in depth for the last couple of months. Proposition 1 for voters in the Richland Public Facilities District. It would authorize a sales and use tax increase of 0.2%, and that's for funding a performing arts center, and this would be built near the Reach Museum overlooking the Columbia River. And taking a look at those results now, so it looks as if it's passing, but it's going to be a long shot. There are around 5,500 ballots left to count in Benton County, and they may all have to be yes votes to move the needle on this particular one.
Now look at Proposition 1 for the Kybee School District. This one currently being voted down by 53%. Proposition 1 and 2 for the Findlay School District. Taking a look at Prop 1 being voted down at 60% right now. Prop 2 currently being voted down by 53%.
Over in Walla Walla County, there is Proposition 1 for Touchy School District number 300. It's an operations levy for the replacement of expiring educational programs. And right now, this is passing at 56%. Now, Proposition 1 for Prescott School District, voters need to decide on an operation levy replacement also for new educational programs, and this one is separated by just 2 votes voting down the levy.
Now to Proposition 2 for the Prescott School District. This one passing right now by just 3 votes at 52%. And Proposition 3, again for the Prescott School District. This one for authorization for the dissolution and redistribution of director districts. This one right now passing at 60% of the vote.
Now, for another look at all of these results, you can go to applevalley.newsnow.com, and we are on your side with that. Stay updated with us.
Well, the Kennewick Parks and Rec Department is in the early stages of upgrading Lawrence Scott Park. It's more than a decades-old playground. The playground will start to be taken down over the next few weeks and will build a fully inclusive fenced-in playground in its replacement. Some other features are going to include some new equipment, play grass, and so much more for the kids. Nick Farline, the City Parks of Kennewick Parks and Rec Director, says the community's input is the reason for the upgrades.
When individual caregivers and parents have children or individuals who oftentimes are on the spectrum or have some learning disabilities, they can wander. And so having a fenced-in playground allows caregivers and parents to be able to have the peace of mind to let their child into the playground and not worry about them wandering off.
Now, Farline says the Parks and Rec Department will start to section off the area with fencing. The goal is to have the new Lawrence Scott Playground ready for summer. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, President Trump setting some new guidelines for hiring federal workers and also giving some more power to Elon Musk and his team. We have those details coming up in your national headlines.
But first, it is a First Alert weather day, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have what you can expect for the day today. Keep it right here. We'll be right back with that. But before we head to break, remember to download our brand new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. You can get it today in your app store, whether that's for Apple or Android. Simply type Apple Valley News Now weather, and you'll get everything you need to know. Keep it right here. We'll be right back.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Honey Baked Ham in Kennewick is celebrating our 7-year anniversary with customer appreciation in February, with 50% off of 1 pound of ham, plus $7.77 lunch specials and dessert specials. Come in for lunch and try our Ham Classic signature sandwich or pick up a dinner piece to take home. Fresh, slow smoked and glazed to perfection, Honey Baked Hams and turkeys are perfectly sliced and easy to serve. Honey Baked Ham in Kennewick, the best tasting lunch in town, the best tasting ham in the world.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Alice's birthday is coming up. We're in this comfy room in Triple Play Hotel so we can make plans without her hearing.
So we need a huge cake, a giant salad, and a good-sized mariachi band. Hold on a second. Does it seem a little dark in here for 2 p.m.?
Sorry, guys. Where I'm from, they didn't do birthdays. It's very exciting.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Hello there. Watch Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a First Alert weather day because of the obvious. It is dangerously cold out there for this morning. We're at 6 degrees in Ellensburg, -5 for Cle Elum, 4 degrees for Snoqualmie Pass, and then in the Yakima Valley all the way down to 4 degrees right now in Yakima. A pair of 8s for Union Gap and Toppenish. We're at 10 for Sunnyside. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, it is 1 whole degree in Connell, 4 for Mesa. It is 5 whole degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. That's not the real feel. That is is the actual legitimate air temperature. And then in the Blue Foothills, seeing temperatures in, well, really spanning from 5 to 10 degrees. But look at the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, negative 23 right now for Cabbage Hill, negative 17 in Ukiah. So folks, you have to bundle up. That is really underselling what you need to do when you go outside. You got to have the gloves, got to have the hat. Don't want too much exposed skin outside, as hypothermia or frostbite could set in very quickly. Here's your day planner for today. For lower elevations, we're mostly going to be stuck in the 20s. Thankfully, we'll have some sunshine. That'll make it feel a little bit better outside. Not by much, though. We'll still be about 15 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year. We'll probably have one day that looks similar to this, at least in terms of high temperatures, but we're going to add in some snowfall chances for tomorrow. So I'll tell you how much accumulating snowfall we're expecting, even for lower elevations, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 6:10, and in your national headlines now this morning, President Trump is setting some new guidelines for hiring in the federal workforce. All of this while also giving some more power to Elon Musk and his team at the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. A new executive order is directing government agencies to pursue larger cuts, saying they now need hiring approval from DOGE. A union representing 800,000 government workers criticized the order, calling the cuts reckless and unjustified. Well, last night, the White House fired the Inspector General for the USAID. Big cuts were also made at the Department of Education. Also, a judge is considering a lawsuit to keep DOGE from accessing student loan databases. Musk and Trump have complained several of their plans are being stalled in the courts, including their buyout offer to more than 2 million workers. And there are some rumors about student loan payments that are circulating online as the Trump administration targets the Department of Education, one of them involving the privacy protections in the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. A court case alleges that the Department of Government Efficiency risks unlawful disclosure of data because of how it's reviewing DOE systems. Some comments online hypothesize that could allow borrowers then to push for student loan forgiveness. Forbes is reporting that that's just not true and cites a Supreme Court ruling preventing individuals from suing over alleged FERPA violations. And the FBI has discovered roughly 2,400 new records related to President John F. Kennedy's assassination. The documents were found following a January executive order by President Trump. The FBI said it is working to turn those documents over to the National Archives and Records Administration for the ongoing declassification process. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we're going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, giving you that live look outside this morning, courtesy of the Dust Devil Stadium in Pasco. It is a first alert weather day. He's going to break down just how cold it's going to get, and if we can expect any snow in the next couple of days. Your full forecast coming up after the break.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors. From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus where we feel like we're a one-stop shop. Primary care is everything that you do here at the Pacific Clinic. We really focus on preemptive care. And what that means to us is going out and playing tennis and working on that proprioception, that balance, that social aspect, flexibility, all those things.
Living an active lifestyle is extremely important to our health. Research shows that just by incorporating exercise into our daily lives, we can reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So cutting your risk in half is amazing. And just by incorporating regular exercise, we add years to our life.
Stress is the primary reason why living an active lifestyle is so important, because it reduces stress. Stress brings on anxiety, depression, all of the things that we don't want to feel. So
there's some really good benefits to cold therapy, specifically with regards to neurotransmitters. What's important about those neurotransmitters is when they go up, it improves your mood. And so it's become a really good treatment option for depression. And as far as the hot therapy, things like a sauna are really good at preventing cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and even some respiratory diseases. I would recommend that folks take advantage of all the services we have to offer here at the clinic. You can make significant strides toward improving your health by utilizing all that we have to offer.
Discover cutting-edge wellness at Augment Wellness today. From cold plunges, infrared saunas, compression therapy, hyperbaric chamber, and our state-of-the-art red light booth. And join us for our grand opening celebration, February 14th in Kennewick.
Weeknights.
Good evening, everybody.
Apple Valley News Now at 5, followed by ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. Then Apple Valley News Now at 6 and 6:30.
New at 6 tonight.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, and Stacey Lee Weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
All week, Live's giving the gift of love.
Oh, yum. Wait, what happened?
Next Live, Noah Wiley from the pit.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the very cold temperatures that we're tracking for this morning. But a little bit later today, it's not going to be too hot as high temperatures are going to be stuck in the 20s. We'll be about 15 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year. Winds picking up out of the south and east, gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour for the Blues and for the Cascades. And then for tonight, this is probably going to be the last night of this coldish stretch of weather as the air temperatures are going to be back down in the single digits and in the low teens, but the wind chills could slip back down into negative values, certainly, especially in the Blues, where the winds are going to pick up even more out of the southeast, gusting upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour. Okay, so we'll have one more day on Thursday where we'll continue to be about 15 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year, but gradually stepping our way back up to more seasonal values into the beginning of next week. But we'll still technically even be a couple degrees below average by then. But in general, as we trend warmer, we're also going to trend more active. We're tracking a couple different storm systems over the next 7 days, one for Thursday and Friday, and then one for Sunday and Monday. So first, let's start off by talking about the Thursday and Friday storm system. We pick up the action on Futurecast. This is midnight as we transition from Wednesday into Thursday. We put this into motion, and by the time we get to 8 in the morning, that's when we start to see this band of snow interacting with the southern Blue Mountains, and then by the time we get to lunchtime, it looks like the snowfall is going to be pretty widespread on the map, and then we'll continue to deal with this into the afternoon and early evening, but by the mid to late evening, looks like most of this is off to our north, but then we could have additional chances for snowfall into Friday. Before we get to snowfall totals, I wanted to touch on the winds real quick. 2 in the morning on Thursday to 1 p.m. on Thursday. That's going to be the main time frame. And look at some of these wind gusts specifically in the Blue Mountains. Could gust between 50 to 60 miles per hour. So we could have some downed tree limbs, some spotty power outages, and difficult travel for high-profile vehicles. Now on to the snowfall potential for Thursday. So this is 10 in the morning on Thursday to 4 in the morning on Friday. Maybe 2 to 5 inches for our Cascade passes, maybe 2 to 3 inches for our Blue Mountain passes, 1 to 2 inches for the foothills, maybe an inch or 2 in the Yakima Valley. Probably will be capped off around an inch in the lower Columbia Basin. Then in terms of additional snowfall for Friday, maybe another inch for Walla Walla, maybe another 2 to 4 inches for our mountain passes, but there's this next storm system for Sunday and Monday. This one not looking nearly as impressive for lower elevations, but our mountain passes could certainly see some substantial impact, something to keep on your radar if you plan on traveling throughout that span of time. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Very cold over the next couple of mornings, and then maybe picking up an inch of snow for Thursday and Friday. In the Yakima Valley, maybe picking up 1 to 2 inches of snow for Thursday and Friday, and also very cold for the next couple of mornings. In the Kittitas Valley, probably getting less than an inch of snow from this Thursday-Friday storm system. We'll continue to see if those numbers get tweaked at all. And then in Hermiston, just like in the Tri-Cities, maybe could get an inch of snow for Thursday and Friday. And then in Walla Walla, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow for Thursday and Friday. And then less snow in the forecast as snow levels raise up into this weekend and into next week. Now you're taking a live look at Pasco, this view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
We're celebrating President's Day all month long with Star-Spangled Savings.
But hurry, these presidential prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah or whatever nurse is available comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months, plus 2 years free maintenance. Only your local Ford dealer.
At Mattress Depot USA, we're sort of like matchmakers.
We match your body needs and sleeping habits with the perfect mattress for you.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is now time for your entertainment headlines, and we're looking at the latest list of nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
This is always fun to see who made the list. So the list for 2025 has just been released, and there are 14 performers up on the ballot. That includes Chubby Checker, Outkast, Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, British rock band Oasis, Latin rock group Mana, and the band Fish.
Rounding out the list is Bad Company, the Black Crowes, Joy Division, New Order, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. 8 of the nominees are newcomers to the list.
And it's always, some of them surprise me, some of them I've never heard of before. So 6 are making a repeat appearance. Chubby Checker became eligible in 1985, and also noteworthy, the Latin group Mana is the first primarily Spanish recording artist to be nominated.
Now, the winners of this year's Hall of Fame will be announced in late April.
I always get surprised when artists like Mariah Carey aren't there yet.
And Cyndi Lauper, people who have been around, legends in the music industry.
It's kind of a music Hall of Fame at this point. I mean, you could argue a lot of the, even on that list that we just read, aren't technically rock and roll. So I think it should rebrand to Music Hall of Fame.
The Music Hall of Fame, Did you have a favorite on the list? Or do you have someone that you think should have been on the list?
I'm a huge Outkast fan. I'm happy to see them.
I love it.
That's what I always think of.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, the Richland School District making a turnaround when it comes to their budget. You're going to hear directly from the superintendent.
That and more is coming up in your next half hour. And Josh, how did you do on that 3-degree guarantee?
Well, I won, but the high temperatures were like around 30. Yes, so it doesn't really feel like we won. But anyway, we'll get into the details of that coming up on the other side of the break.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
This Valentine's, make it extraordinary with Augment Wellness. Join us for date night on February 15th or Galentine's Day on February 16th. Luxurious massages, compression therapy, sauna, and a cold plunge. Book today and make it a night to remember.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
2025 is your year to start a new business, and the City of Pasco is here to help. We have newly updated commercial kitchen space and vendor windows available at the Pasco Specialty Kitchen downtown. Mobile food vendors, we've made it faster and easier than ever to get permits and connect with customers, thanks to new citywide regulations for food trucks and hand carts. Visit pasco-wa.gov for more information and join the thriving Pasco community. Naturally transformative.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays, just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one lucky viewer wins an awesome love collection, including a gold heart pendant, a beautiful floral arrangement, and certificates for wine, a river cruise, and spa treatments. Enter to win today and every day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. From Whitman Hill Winery, the Flower Bar, Water to Wine Cruises, Z Place Salon and Spa, Jewelry Design Center, and Apple Valley News Now.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05, Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it is really, really cold out there, to say the least. It's
freezing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cold in here. It's cold everywhere.
I'm not happy about it. But it is what it is.
Wait a minute. Though yesterday, did you say that yesterday was the coldest temperatures you've ever been in your life?
Yes.
Which was?
Yeah, I've never been in air temperatures. I've never been in single digits before. I've never been in real feels and negative. You're exposing me as a fraud right now. Yes.
No, you're a real human.
Your job is to know the weather, not to experience all of it.
That's right. I'm from the South. I'm not accustomed to this, but
so today is even colder.
Live and learn.
You're breaking another record for yourself today.
Yes, I guess so. It's trending that way. Okay, but we did have the 3-degree guarantee yesterday, just like we always do. This is sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. I went with a forecast high of 30 in Pasco, verified at 31, so the jackpot went up to $50. Hey, appreciate this forecast high for Pasco. 29 degrees today, so if the actual high falls between 26 to 32, the jackpot's going to go up to $75. But if my forecast goes bust, all $50 could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. Okay, now on to temperatures this morning. It is negative 23 degrees in Cabbage Hill. It's negative 8 for Tollgate, 5 whole degrees for the Tri-Cities, 4 in Yakima. You get the gist. It is brutally cold outside. You need gloves, you need the hat, you need layers, and you need to have as little exposed skin as possible because Frostbite and hypothermia could set in pretty quickly for this morning. By the way, here are the real feels. It feels like -2 in the Tri-Cities. It feels like -3 in Walla Walla. It feels like -2 in Yakima. So yeah, you definitely get the gist. Here's your CoCast for today for the Tri-Cities. Me, I'm not going to be outside, but if I were to go outside, it would be heavy jacket weather all throughout the day. So for today, highs will be about 15 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year. Thankfully, the sunshine is going to throw us an assist. It'll feel a little bit warmer in the sunshine, but yes, it is a first alert weather day for this morning because of the cold. Also for tonight, it's also going to be just about as cold. And then from 10 in the morning on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Friday, our mode is going to switch up a little bit as we do have a first alert weather day for the Yakima Valley, for the Basin, for the foothills, but because of a snow potential. I'll tell you how much, take you on that zone by zone tour coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start this half hour off with new information this morning. The Richland School District is making a turnaround as their budget has moved from the red area to the black. The superintendent says this comes after some sacrifices were made, which included cutting many contracts. The district is aiming to end the school year with $1.7 million in its budget, and the superintendent says for the following school year in 2026, the district is looking at some other changes to save around $3.8 million, which should end the next school year with about $5.8 million. Some of those changes include not having as much professional development, and that's because of substitute costs not being funded by the state. Also, overall, RSD staffing is now on the leaner side.
Just looking across the board at, we really wanted to keep things for students and make sure our teachers feel supported and our staff. And so through attrition, and so there's certain positions we didn't fill during the year. And we made a lot of changes and reductions at the district office, which where we're at today. It's called the TLAC, but made a lot of cuts up here as well.
One of the changes the Richland School District is also moving towards is increasing some classroom sizes.
Quite a few classes at the high school that are pretty small, and so we're going to be a little bit more disciplined in terms of our staffing for next year. As we have teachers retire, we probably won't fill some positions, and we'll still have good class sizes, but some are pretty small this year. So we need to kind of fix that a little bit.
And we'll have more information from the Richland School District tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6. And we asked Dr. Rettinger about the school's position on the fight at the basketball game at Pasco High School last week. She declined to comment, but did confirm that the Hanford boys basketball coach remains on administrative leave.
Taking you to Yakima now, where the county commissioners have approved a contract to allocate $40,000 in opioid settlement funds to Safe Yakima Valley for their youth drug prevention efforts. Now, their program, Positive Social Norms, focuses on promoting healthy behaviors, learning how to have hard conversations, and also how to make constructive choices. Commissioners say it's been successful at Wilson, Grandview, Toppenish, and Lewis and Clark middle schools, and this funding will allow them to expand the program to help more students.
If our students and our youth aren't thriving, they tend to lean towards negative substances or negative interactions and engage in negative things. And so if at the end of the day this curriculum really empowers our youth to thrive and thrive healthy, I think that's a win-win.
Now, some of the opioid settlement funds where this money is coming from has already gone to Yakima Valley Community Foundation to host a community forum on opioid overdoses. And commissioners still have $300,000 in total in funding left to allocate.
Now, the annual WineVit Conference is back in the Tri-Cities, and this event brings winemakers and suppliers from all across Washington together where they can network and learn more about the ever-growing wine industry. Now, it's a 3-day event that takes place at the Three Rivers Convention Center, and wine connoisseurs can learn even more about new trends and technology within the industry, and suppliers can showcase their products, and winemakers can show off their wines.
Vineyard operations and concerns for wine grape growers, as well as wineries and tasting room sessions, and then things that support the industry at large, like business economic viability and sustainability, and really things of like state of the industry.
Now, who would whine over that? And Fry also says WineVit is an opportunity for those in the industry to find new ways to advance it into the future. And the event kicked off on Monday, and it goes through today. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, for Operation Best Friend, we're featuring a senior dog that was found on the streets, but his manners are sweet. We have more on Walker after the break.
Also coming up as we give you that live look outside this morning from Dust Devil Stadium in Pasco. Josh will be back with your First Alert forecast on this First Alert weather day as you need to bundle up as you head out the door. It's 6:34 and we're back after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Buy more, save more during the fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 60 months, no interest, and no down payment. The fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
Master anything with the fastest wireless speeds from Spectrum.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Sponsored locally by Legends Casino Hotel, Yakima Federal, and Prosser Memorial Health.
Feeling frugal and can't fork over a fortune for 40 winks? Forget the flim flam for the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 60 months no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. But hurry, the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends in a flurry.
Widespread rain and snow. We could see down tree limbs. We could see power outages combined out with some of the snow from the blue.
Will we be okay?
Before heading out, trust Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather, helping keep you and your family safe.
Monday, March 3rd, we turn Hollywood's biggest night into a morning you'll never forget. Live from the Oscars stage, it's Lives After the Oscars show in Hollywood.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a First Alert weather day because of the cold temperatures for this morning, but as we pivot into Thursday, our risk is going to pivot. We'll see the potential for snow, even some low elevation snow. So here are the forecasts from 10 in the morning on Thursday to 4 in the morning on Friday. We're thinking probably 2 to 5 inches for most of our Cascade passes, with some of the highest totals being for Blewett Pass off of US 97 and for White Pass off of US Highway 12 in Yakima County. Then in the Kittitas Valley, probably less than an inch for Ellensburg, probably less than an inch for Monastash Ridge, and not much doing in Vantage. Then in the Yakima Valley, this is where we can maybe pick up 1 to 2 inches of snowfall. Looks like the highest total is going to be towards Toppenish. This is just what we're thinking for now, but Sadius Pass off of US 97, maybe picking up 4 inches there. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, I think the ceiling for snowfall here is probably going to be an inch. We're thinking maybe an inch for the Tri-Cities, for Umatilla, and for Hermiston, but potentially 1 to 2 inches in the Blue Foothills, and potentially 2 to 3 inches for Blue Mountain passes. And we'll have a little bit more snowfall as we head into Friday. Now here is the big picture in terms of the seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses we've been tracking since October 1st. So just kind of think of this as horse race. And so far the rainfall and the water, they are winning out in the Kittitas Valley, in the Yakima Valley, and the Lower Columbia Basin. But drought, at least a seasonal drought, is winning out in the Blue Foothills.
Time for Operation Best Friend, and today we're meeting Walker, who is a senior dog with a lot of love to give.
Yeah, Walker was found on a street in Kennewick, but his manners are anything but street-like. He's very sweet, they say, at the Tri-Cities Animal Services place. They love him so much.
Yeah, he's so cute.
I know.
Yeah, so let's take a look and see if this is the best friend you need this Valentine's Day. Take a look.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Houses, Christine Connolly Realtor, and by Manthite Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Hi everyone, it's Wednesday and that means it's time for Operation Best Friend. My name is Monica and I'm from Tri-Cities Animal Services, and this week I have brought Walker. Walker was found as a stray in Kennewick on 9/14/24 when a call came into animal control about a dog laying in the middle of the road. When the officer arrived, they found Walker, who was uninjured and fine, thankfully, but was happy to see the officer and jumped right in the car, headed back to the shelter, where he's been ever since. Walker is just shy of 9.5 years old. He is a pit bull mix. Walker is 90 pounds of love, but he's a very obedient, well-mannered boy. He really loves to go for walks. He actually has really great leash manners, depending on surroundings. He knows beyond basic commands of sit, but he also knows shake. He will lay down, and he will speak when he feels like it, as long as there's food involved, which he also loves. What we have noticed around the shelter is he seems to ignore other dogs when they are close by him, which is a great sign. He's not reactive or anything. He'll even walk with another pit bull around the shelter in close proximity, and they're completely fine with each other. We do require that you do a meet and greet between your current dogs and the dog that you would like to adopt, just to make sure that they're compatible before leaving the shelter. You can view all of our animals on our website at www.tricitiesanimalservices.com to view all dogs and cats. All of our animals go to their new homes, spayed or neutered, up to date on vaccinations and microchipped. You're welcome to stop by anytime during business hours. That's Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Senior, where?
He's so cute.
That is a baby puppy.
I know we said we were going to get you chocolate and flowers for Valentine's, but I think we're going to get you Walker instead.
Another dog.
I can't take another animal, guys.
I know, but the way that I saw you look at him.
He's a little baby. You could see it. We were talking about it. You could see it in the eyes. That's a little baby dog. Yeah.
Special guy.
Sweet.
All right. Well, he's going to make someone's life very happy.
Definitely.
All right. We still have much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint is coming up with everything you need to know as you head out the door. And of course, our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbrith, will come back for your full first alert forecast on this first alert weather day. So just how hot's it going to be today, Josh?
How hot? It's home. I'm not even going to joke about breaking out the shorts. That could be dangerous for today. But we will trend warmer into next week. I'll tell you how warm coming up on the other side of the break.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Feeling frugal and can't fathom forking over a fortune for 40 winks? Forget the flim flam and shop the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress. That's 4 phenomenal days to fund your financial reserves with $100 off every $1,000 you spend. Flip out over the first-rate Colorado Twin for only $149.99. Find fierce savings up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets, plus get a $300 gift and finance for 60 months, no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. But hurry, the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends in a flurry.
There's still time to save with Buy Mart's latest 3-week savings book. Pick one one up in store today. Pepsi brand 12 packs are buy two, get two free. Save on pantry favorites, Blue Diamond bagged almonds and Frito-Lay party-sized chips. And save big in the bonus zone. 50-pound bags of Black Gold Performance Blend dog food are $14 off. And save $5 on Friskies 48-can pack of wet cat food. Save now through Monday, February 17th, only at Buy Mart.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service, plus free electrical safety inspection. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, February 15th at 9 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, February 23rd at 9 a.m.
Now a joke from Yoke's Fresh Market. Why do artichokes love Valentine's Day? Because they have a heart.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
Hello there, watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, today is a first alert weather day because of the very cold temperatures we're tracking for this morning. A little bit later today at the peak of daytime heating, well, it's certainly not going to feel very hot out there as we'll have temperatures that'll be stuck in the 20s. This will lead us to be about 15 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year, and we will have some winds gusting out of the south and east upwards of 20 miles per hour in the Cascades and also in the Blues. And then for tonight, this is probably going to be the last night of the coldest stretch of weather as we'll be down into the single digits and teens, but the real feel is probably going to slip back down into negative values in some locations, especially in the Blues where the winds are going to start to pick up out of the south and east between 30 to 40 miles per hour at this point. So wind chill will be a big factor. We'll keep it about 15 to 20 degrees below average for Wednesday, or excuse me, into Thursday, just like on Wednesday, and then we'll step temperatures up to more seasonal values finally by the time we get to the beginning of next week. So we're going to trend warmer. Also, our weather is going to trend more active as we have a storm system we're tracking for Thursday and Friday, and then another one for Sunday and Monday. So first, let's talk about the Thursday-Friday storm system. We will show you Futurecast picking up the action on midnight as we're transitioning from Wednesday into Thursday. As we put this into motion, we'll stop this around 8 in the morning. That's when we're starting to see this band of snow interacting with the southern Blues in Umatilla and Morrow counties. And then by the time we get to lunchtime, pretty widespread snow on the map at this point. This will continue into the afternoon, early evening, but by the mid to late evening, looks like most of this is going to be off to our north. And we'll have additional chances for snow for Friday, although it's looking like Thursday is going to be the more active day of the two. We'll touch on snowfall totals in just a second, but I wanted to touch on winds first as the peak time frame for wind gusts going to be on Thursday from 2 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, especially in the Blue Mountains, as some of these gusts could be on the order of 50 or 60 miles per hour. So we could have, well, certainly very difficult travel for high profile vehicles down this way, but also maybe some downed limbs and some spotty power outages. Okay, now on to snowfall totals for Thursday. 10 in the morning on Thursday to 4 in the morning on Friday. 2 to 5 inches for a Cascade passes, 2 to 3 inches for a Blue Mountain passes, maybe 1 to 2 inches for the Blue Foothills, 1 to 2 inches for the Yakima Valley, maybe getting up to an inch in the lower Columbia Basin. Then in terms of additional snowfall for Friday, not much doing for lower elevations, maybe another inch for Walla Walla, another 2 to 4 inches for mountain passes. But then for that next storm system, the Sunday and Monday storm system, also not much doing for lower elevations, but maybe a substantial amount of snow for Snoqualmie Pass, for Tollgate, for White Pass, and for Stevens Pass as well. So stay tuned in regards to that. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Bitterly cold mornings for this morning and tomorrow morning, trending warmer after that, but maybe picking up an inch of snow into Thursday and Friday. In Yakima, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow for the Yakima Valley for Thursday and Friday, and then it's looking overall warmer and snow levels trending up after that. In the Kittitas Valley, probably not much doing in terms of accumulating snowfall, but still some very cold mornings for this morning and tomorrow morning. In Hermiston, maybe picking up an inch of snow for Thursday and Friday, and then, also just sort of trending a little bit warmer and snow levels going up after that. Then for the Blue Foothills, maybe a couple inches of snow for Thursday and Friday. And again, the overarching trend trending a little bit warmer into next week. And now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, solutions and alternatives to help you through those soaring egg prices and shortages.
Here are my top 3 egg substitutes.
For fluffy, spongy cakes, you can replace 1 egg using 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of vinegar.
And coming up at 7 a.m., whether you're trying to bake or just make a hearty breakfast.
Bananas are a great alternative to eggs, especially in baked goods. And the bonus here is that it will taste sweeter. So you could even decrease the sugar a little bit in baked goods. There are some great alternatives, although nothing's going to be exactly equivalent nutritionally to an egg or even structurally to an egg. So it depends on how you're using the eggs.
We'll have more egg substituting hacks to help you cope with those empty shelves. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
I'm getting vaccinated Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm getting Prevnar 20 because pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital, and my risk is 6 times greater because I'm over 50.
The CDC just expanded its recommendation for those 50 or older to get vaccinated. You're also at risk if you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions. Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect against both pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle and joint pain. Millions have chosen Prevnar vaccines, which have helped protect adults for over a decade and have an established safety profile.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20.
Now, the morning sprint.
It's now 6:52. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. Tens of millions of Americans are under weather alerts from 3 storms that are hitting the country back to back. Forecasters say a second winter storm starting today will stretch from the plains to the northeast. They predict the third storm will bring heavy rain to California. Also, areas even farther south could see heavy rain and flooding from the first 2 storms.
In your business news now this morning, Disney is changing how it approaches DEI. It's changing the wording on disclaimers on some older films on Disney+. The new warning will indicate the content is, quote, presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes or negative depictions.
Now to your health headlines. Flu season continues to rise, and in the U.S., we're at our second peak. According to hospitalizations data, this is the worst it's been since about 2017. Also, doctor and clinic visits have not been this high since 2009.
Here are the top 5 local things you need to know as you head out the door this morning. The first round of results are in this morning for the special election that took place yesterday. We have numbers coming in for the 4 measures up for a vote in Benton County. We also have numbers for Yakima County, Walla Walla, Kittitas, and other areas around our region. To see the latest results as ballots continue to be counted, you can visit AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
And if you're in Yakima County and wondering why you didn't get a ballot, that's because this election focused on school districts and only 2 districts had levies. However, in April, Yakima will have a special election that'll send a ballot to everybody in the county, and voters will decide the fate of a sales tax increase to help with emergency communications for law enforcement. To see more details on that, visit our website.
And the Richland School District is making a turnaround when it comes to their budget. According to the superintendent, they did have to make some sacrifices like cutting staff, and more changes could be in store for the district. You can hear more from the superintendent of the Richland School District tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6.
And the final NFL head coach has been named, and get this, he is a Prosser native. The New Orleans Saints announces Kellen Moore as their head coach, and Moore is currently the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles.
For the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl winning team. So he was born and raised in Prosser and played for Prosser High School before attending Boise State. And to see more on his career, head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
And the annual WineVit Conference is currently happening right here in the Tri-Cities. The event's at the Convention Center, and it brings together winemakers and suppliers from all across the state, where they can network and also learn more about the ever-growing industry. The event kicked off Monday and wraps up today.
All right, trending this morning, it's so cold here that we're wondering how the weather is on Mars. The planet,
Probably about the same.
Pretty much.
NASA's Curiosity rover recently sent back some pictures, and it looks nice, but I guess it is even colder up there.
So we don't issue first alert weather days for Mars. That's out of our jurisdiction. But the images show some pretty neat clouds from the Martian surface. And what you're looking at here are called twilight clouds.
Ooh, eerie looking. So they're called that because they're too faint to be seen in daylight and only come out during the early evening. They produce iridescent colors because they're made of carbon dioxide ice, and they scatter light from the setting sun.
That's really cool. The clouds you see there at the bottom moving in the opposite direction are lower and made of regular water ice. Something scientists are still working to understand is why these twilight clouds are only seen in early fall of the planet's southern hemisphere.
That's insane.
Space stuff.
I know, I love space stuff.
I do too. What do you? Are you into forecasting for space stuff?
Space stuff goes whoosh.
Would you ever go to Mars if you had an opportunity?
If Matt Damon's there, if I can have a buddy.
Not the Matt Damon from Interstellar, though, the bad one.
No, not the bad one.
We're talking about the good one
Yeah,
from
the good one, Matt Damon.
when he was on Mars.
Yeah,
What
The
movie is
Martian.
that? The Martian,
Right? Yeah,
of course. And he grew potatoes from.
Yeah,
You know.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right.
If you've seen the movie, you know what
You
we're
know.
talking about. Yeah.
Oh, well, let's talk back here, planet Earth. Chilly temperatures.
Too cold.
Feels like Mars.
But just like Mars, I guess.
Sure, we'd have to look at the atmosphere and so. But anyway, yeah, it is cold. Big takeaway
Negative
there. It
something,
is
yeah.
cold for this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at current temperatures. Remember, these are air temperatures. This isn't the real feel. These are air temperatures. So it's officially 5 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. It's officially, that's not a typo, negative 23 at Cabbage Hill. Now let's factor in some of the wind gusts that we're seeing for this morning. And now it's 0 for the Tri-Cities. It feels like 1 in Yakima. It feels like -1 in Ellensburg. It feels like -11 in Pendleton. So, I mean, to say you need a heavy jacket this morning is an understatement. You want gloves. You want a hat. You want as little exposed skin as possible because
A spacesuit.
a spacesuit, maybe even.
Moon boots.
Because hypothermia and frostbite could set in very quickly this morning if you were not prepared. So don't get caught off guard. A little bit later today, highs in the 20s. Yes, at the peak of our daytime heating, we're probably going to still be in the 20s for most lower elevations. So yes, this is a first alert weather day for this morning because of the cold, also for tonight into tomorrow morning because of the cold, and then our mode pivots 10 a.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Friday for the Yakima Valley, for the lower basin, and for the Blue Foothills. Maybe could pick up 1 to 2 inches of snow.
And they
Bundle up.
Yeah, bundle up. And they say we're not the same. I am a Martian, but we're feeling like Martians today.
Isn't that the truth? I know. And make sure to bundle those kids as they head out the door for the school bus as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. You can always find updates on our website.
Good Morning America is next, and we'll be back tonight with your local news and weather at 5.
Have a great day.